2 on your side's Danielle Church joins us now with more on how local bike organizations are trying to prevent this from actually continuing. Danielle.
Yeah, Claudine. So this summer so far, there have been 4 crashes involving cyclists and 1 crash involving a pedestrian. Tonight, it has cycling organizations calling for change. Since the summer began, 5 Western New Yorkers have been hit by cars. Last month, a cyclist was injured after being hit in Amherst, and another was killed on East Ferry in Buffalo. Then just this week, a 21-year-old pedestrian was killed on Elmwood. A 22-year-old cyclist is recovering after being the victim of a hit and run on Elmwood, and an 11-year-old is in critical condition after being hit while riding her bike in Niagara Falls. Now it's prompting groups like Eastside Bike Club.
I look at it, that can be me, because I'm a rider.
To hold a safer streets ride and raise awareness to prevent the list from getting any longer this summer.
We're right in the peak of the summer, and we have to be more conscious and aware of what we're doing, and especially in terms of, again, the rider and the driver.
Founder George Johnson says there also needs to be better infrastructure to minimize the number of injuries and fatal crashes.
We just need some paint. We need paint on the street. We just need barriers. We need to make it safer we got more people riding bikes now than there ever been before.
We need roads that are narrower, and they'll help drivers automatically slow down because they don't feel so confident speeding on a very narrow road.
Some roads in the city of Buffalo have seen improved infrastructure for bike safety, including Niagara Street, where there's a protected cycle track. Go Bike Buffalo's Kevin Heffernan says it keeps cyclists away from cars and pushes pedestrians even further.
This is a leading example in the nation of safe bike infrastructure. And a lot of cities will look at this and be like, wow, you guys have that. And be like, yeah, but it's loaded with cars.
Heffernan says last summer, the city of Buffalo made it illegal to park in a shoulder lane or protected lane.
But there's been no enforcement of that. So by not enforcing cars on sidewalks, by not enforcing cars in bike lanes, we're essentially saying that these facilities are optional and people out walking, rolling, riding, you're on your own.
Heffernan says that does have consequences. He says a Go Bike Buffalo volunteer broke their collarbone trying to avoid a car parked in a bike lane. I reached out to the city of Buffalo to find out how many tickets they've issued related to drivers blocking bike lanes, but haven't heard back. Heffernan also says it's not a good idea for drivers to park in a bike lane because if you do and a cyclist gets hurt by another driver because your car was blocking that bike path, you can be held liable too. Danielle Church, Channel 2 News.